So Black Flag Resynced is a brilliant remake. I've said it about 100 times at this point and you're probably sick of hearing me say it, but it's not perfect. Not quite yet. And the good news is Ubisoft have flat out said there's no set roadmap for this game, which, yeah, I guess can be seen as bad news, but I think they're letting us choose sort of what path we go down with this game in terms of DLC, because the game's director has already come out and hinted that story DLC is on the table. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys 5 DLC ideas that I think would take Black Flag Resynced from brilliant to absolutely spot on, and we're kicking it off with a big one, with a DLC set in London. Now, a story DLC set in London could be what sets Black Flag apart from its original game. The original game, and of course Resynced, ends with Edward back at his home in London. He's out of the pirate life, he's got a little girl, he's got his little son Hatham, and it's probably one of the saddest, quietest, happiest endings in the entire series. So I say we pick it up straight from there, right after the theatre, no time skip, nothing like that, but we start with Edward wandering down the street to go and buy some chocolate. The dead, ordinary, boring dad type of thing, and then we get a word of a Templar sighting and off he pops with his assassin hood up, ready to go and take on this mission. We all know Edward is an assassin during his time in London, and his demise at the end of the books, the Forsaken books, are pretty tragic, so I'd like to see something like that happen, and perhaps we might get that in this DLC. For me though, it also improves gameplay in terms of parkour and maybe even stealth. London is pretty dense with tight streets, tall buildings, proper rooftops that you can climb on top of. Think of Assassin's Creed Syndicate, just more condensed. Resynced's parkour is lovely and smooth, but the Caribbean is all wide open jungle and squat huts and basically 2 cities we can do parkour in. In London, we will have so much more fun and more ability to do cool parkour movements, and I think it would just be more fun in a London setting. Then you have stealth, which in Resynced is one of the worst parts of the game for me because it just doesn't seem to work. If we implemented more stealth tools within Resynced and its DLC, then London could open up to be one of the best stealth environments we've seen in the franchise. It'd be really cool, and I'd like to see this as a massive DLC. Give me around 4 or 5 hours of Edward Kenway being an assassin in London with the Brotherhood. I think that would be pretty damn cool. But a quick one before we get on to the next one from today's video sponsor, Watcher of Realms. Now, they've built a proper AC crossover, and new players get an Awakened Ezio for free just by logging in using my QR code on screen or the link in the description. Assassins get dragged into Tia to take on Anubis, Surtur, and Hades. There's 5 separate assassins to collect, all playing very differently. You have Ezio's hidden blade punches that go straight through defenses. Cassandra bursts in hard and heals off all of it. Anvil's your support, chucking axes and throwing up shields. Bayek can clear whole areas with the area of effect bow. Talking about that, there's also a stealth assassination mode too, picking off enemies from behind without being spotted, and that's about as AC as a strategy RPG gets. As well as the free Ezio, you can get daily logins that get you up to 130 free summons, plus artifacts and cosmetics, all completely free within the game. It also does hold up on its own on PC and mobile with 200 plus heroes across 10 factions, a proper team building aspect, PvE bosses, guilds, and GVG. You can also take an assassin test to get your own personality trait and get some cool little gear and loot from that. Also, grab the Ezio, trust me, it's worth doing. So new players using my QR code on screen and link in the description can download Watcher of Realms for free on PC, Android, and iOS. Once again, QR code on the screen, link in the description. Once again, thanks to Watcher of Realms for sponsoring today's video. Let's jump straight back into it. Number 2, and it's a pretty big one and I don't think it's going to happen, but that is a Freedom Cry remake. Of course, if you played the original Black Flag, you'll remember Freedom Cry. It was one of the best standalone DLCs we've ever got for Assassin's Creed. You play as Adewale, his old quartermaster years down the line, now a fully fledged assassin, shipwrecked in San Domenico, right in the thick of the slave trade at its absolute worst. It's a pretty heavy DLC. It's Adewale freeing slaves slaves and absolutely tearing into the plantation owners. And it's got a weight and an anger to it that Black Flag's main story doesn't go anywhere near. It's probably one of the best DLCs Ubisoft has ever made, and for some reason I don't think they're gonna be doing it for Resynced, which is a huge shame. They should do that though, because they can rebuild the whole thing into the new engine with new combat, new water, everything. Give Adewale his story back looking as gorgeous as the main game does, with a different hero, a completely different tone, a proper serious gut punch of a story sat right next to all the swashbuckling. It'd be pretty unbelievable. But like I say, I don't think it's going to happen due to conversations I've had with developers and other conversations that have gone on online, which is a shame. But if there is a possibility, then Freedom Cry should 100% be remade and added to Black Flag Resynced. Now, the next one is something a bit more daft and fun, and it's a legendary hunt DLC that we will call the White Whale. Because let's be honest, the best part of Black Flag, the one thing that no single player game has ever topped, is the naval, so I think they should lean into that with a DLC. Give me an obsessive Moby Dick style hunt across a brand new patch of ocean, chasing something absolutely massive, a legendary white whale. Or go full myth and give me a giant kraken to capture either through the diving bell or through the ship. I think that would be pretty cool. Just picture it, right? New waters, some enormous legendary beasts lurking about out there in the dark, a whole DLC built around kitting out the Jackdaw and slowly learning this thing's patterns until you can finally put it down. The legendary ship fights in Resynced are already brutal, some of them are Dark Souls hard, so imagine a whole expansion built around run massive, terrifying hunt out at sea. No Templars, no politics, no faffing about, just you, your ship, and this thing in the water. I think it would be the perfect hit of pirate fantasy, and it also plays into the game's single biggest strength, being the naval. It's pretty out there, but I think it would be really cool to see, and of course really cool to play. The next one is more about lore within the Assassin's Creed universe, and it's a DLC built around the observatory. So if you have finished Black Flag Resynced, you'll know the whole story is secretly about the first civilization, the Sage, and the observatory. It's an ancient bit of kit that lets you spy on anyone in the entire world if you have a single drop of their blood. It's probably one of the more fascinating bits of Assassin's Creed lore put into the franchise, and the base game sort of locks it in a box and moves on like nothing really happened. So I'd say move it back up. Give me a DLC that probably digs into the Sage, into the precursor mystery, into what that mad surveillance device actually means for the world. The clever bit though is that they could then also tie it into some form of modern day story. Black Flag's original game has the modern day, and Resynced has this Animus Hub sort of thing going on, but I think they could expand it a lot more, have the observatory be included, and yeah, I think get rid of the rifts, have us back with the observatory, and use the DLC to drag a whole thread back out and actually pay it off properly. Not every DLC needs to be swords and cannons, so this sort of DLC would tie into the sci-fi rabbit hole that the franchise has been known for the last, god, I don't know, since the game came out. It'd be pretty cool to see, and definitely something I know a lot of fans would love to play. And the final idea is something I've been going on about for the last year, and I've even spoken to the lead developers about this because it's something I think would work really well. It's something cool, something out there, and there's already some kind of relationship Ubisoft has with this company, so I think it could work. The DLC idea is a Pirates of the Caribbean themed sort of thing. Ubisoft has a relationship with Disney through their Star Wars games and of course Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, so there's already a relationship there that they can lean on to get this pushed forward. The overall idea though would be that Edward gets word of a ship that's somewhat going around taking people down, and it's vanishing into thin air, it's coming up from the sea, it's doing whatever it does in the movies, and the whole plan is to find out who it is, figure out the mystery, and maybe even meet some familiar characters along the way. Honestly, I think it would be pretty cool to do a full-out ship battle against Davy Jones, and then a mystery treasure hunt sort of thing to find the Black Pearl, and maybe even Jack Sparrow. My idea for that would be we also get word of a treasure map. You use the treasure map to go to a location. Once you're at that location, you find a hidden treasure that could link to Jack Sparrow or the movies, and another treasure map. Players can then work together in the community to figure out what this treasure map leads to, and we all know it won't be very soon before they do that because this community is insanely smart when it comes to treasure hunts. But then you do that, and then you enter a cave similar to what we see in Curse of the Black Pearl, and you walk into the cave, see piles of gold that yes you can loot, and sat in the center on top a massive pile of gold is the corpse of Jack Sparrow wearing his outfit, in his hand holding a bottle, and in that bottle is the Black Pearl. Once players reach that location, they will unlock the outfit of Captain Jack Sparrow and unlock the ship cosmetics of the Black Pearl. I think that would be pretty cool, definitely something I know a lot of fans would enjoy, and you know, now we can have skeletons on board our ships of the Curse of the Black Pearl. One of the perks might be your crew turn into skeletons during nighttime because that's like it is in the movie, and your pistol, if you get one through Jack's cosmetics, could be you have one shot, but when you use it, it instantly kills an enemy. I think that would be pretty cool, and it's just something I know a lot of fans would enjoy. It is out there, it doesn't tie into the lore of Assassin's Creed, however, who doesn't want a Pirates of the Caribbean DLC in their game? With Shadows, we had crossovers with anime, so why not have crossovers with pirate movies? Again, I want this. Think it'd be pretty cool. So Ubisoft, if you're listening or watching, please make this happen. So there's been 5 DLC ideas I think they could bring to Black Flag Resynced to just make the game a bit more fun, give it more longevity, and sort of give the players something a bit extra in terms of content. Again, these are all my own ideas. I think it'd be pretty cool. A lot of DLC ideas you guys are having do line up with these, and I just think as a community, we should keep pushing for more content within Black Flag Resynced because it's a fun game, it's enjoyable, and I think we should just have more of it. So in the comment section down below, let me know what you guys want as DLC in Black Flag Resynced, and also let me know what you think about my ideas. If you guys have enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Also, once again, huge thank you to Watcher of Rounds for sponsoring today's video. QR code on your screen, link in the description and comment section. Head over, try out the game, and just have a good time. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.